So yeah, I've got this on
Is
fast
it
mode
night
for the
or
time being.
something? Or do you just only...
Yeah, you always have this, this is your sight radius. This is what your characters can see at a given time. This is Fog of War, so you can't see it because you've never explored there. And this is the stuff you've explored, but you can't see.
Looks like she's saying something.
Slow down a moment. I know we're both eager to watch the Archons bicker over tactics like a pair of magpies. But I need to ask you something first.
What is that?
The voices of Narot told me that you've come as a mediator. Considering the source, well, I can't help but feel like I'm only hearing half the story. So let's have it out. What's so special about you?
Let's see. So we've got gain loyalty. I'm here to deliver an edict from Kairos.
So that's you telling the absolute truth.
Yeah. Lie. I'm actually telling the expense of the siege. Nothing to tell you. Why so suspicious? What else is the voices Narot told you? Don't have subterfuge and enough of this. And I must meet with the Archons.
So do you want to ask what the voices of Narot have told her? Or do you just want to flat out say, yeah?
Let's just go with yeah. I don't think we ever trust yet. I mean, we could. It might loop us back, which should be fine.
Or she might give you more tidbits on what
Let's try it. What else has the voices of Narot told you?
Only that I could find you in Edgering ruins. Truthfully, I could have picked you out of a crowd. You're the only one of us who hasn't spent the last few months bathing in a stink of the Matani River. She laughs, but there's a forced nature to it.
Okay. Well, let's go with the I'm here to deliver an edict from Kairos.
That makes a crazy kind of sense. Considering how long the siege has taxed the armies, I can understand why Kairos would send you with an edict to speed things along. Have you read it? Do you know what it says?
The Archons must claim Ascension Hall by Kairos' Day of Swords, or all will perish.
Okay, the Ascension Hall is the traditional throne room of the Queens of Apex. The throne stands directly beneath the mountain spire at the center of the citadel in the valley of Vendrian's Well. During Kairos' conquest of the Tiers, you stood in Ascension Hall as Kairos' representative when negotiating the surrender of Apex. Your patient efforts led to the willing surrender of the Queen Vendrian Alanta.
Alanta. And for a second I thought it was Atlanta, and I was like, what?
The 26th of every month or span is Kairos' day. It is a day of holiday and rest for all within the Overlord's empire. Each Kairos' day is the last day of its span and is referred to by the span's name. Kairos' Day of Swords, therefore, is the 26th day of the span of swords. So it's like their month system.
Okay. Yeah, so the Archons must claim Ascension Hall by Kairos' Day of Swords, or all will perish.
Oh, one more thing for the Archons to fight over. Well, thanks for cluing me in. If Kairos sends any lightning our way, just tell me when to duck.
I really ought to be meeting with the Archons.
The war tent is just past the center of camp. She nods towards the northeast.
Hey, interesting note.
It actually
Her
puts the
player
equipment
gear
on.
shows up in her portrait. I was wondering why they looked so crappy earlier, and the answer is because they're generated based on like what equipment you give them, which
Yeah,
is actually really cool.
I know.
Oh, one last thing. Be careful around these disfavored types. They take their work seriously, and most have suffered too many blows to the head.
Okay, so we've got
A crescent runner. Is this a lady or man?
it's a lady. There's some hips there.
Okay.
Hail, Fatebinder!
The disfavored scout nods at your approach.
Camp's on up ahead. Don't mind us. We're clearing out the rabble.
Maybe you should do narration when it's your lines. Otherwise, it's kind of like this weird
It's
back and
weird.
forth. Yeah. Okay, let's do that.
I was doing that before. You
Kind of.
you were the one that interrupted.
I don't know. I just like being a narrator. Okay.
So this is
Oh, this is
Sterling
a dude.
Hagnon.
I still don't understand what I've done to offend. I respect that these are now disfavored lands, and I'm happy to give the Legion a proper toll. But she's going on about trading rights. What nonsense is that? I'm not allowed to trade one thing for another. It's not like I'm selling weapons to angry peasants or anything of the sort.
Ah, so this is just some dude passing through with his merchant carts.
Yes.
So let's see, you're on disfavored land. These warriors have every right to kill you. You'd be more thankful. The Overlord regulates all trade. If you lack the proper permits, your goods are forfeit, or this is none of my concern, carry on. So that means the dudes can do whatever they want with.
Yeah.
But the other options don't
Are more interesting.
They don't do gain or loss yet.
Yeah. What do we think?
Oh, so with the first option, you're gonna strike fear into the dude. The second option is essentially saying that if you don't have the permits, we're gonna take your stuff. But if you let them do what they want, what was she gonna say they were gonna do with him?
Oh, she hasn't even said anything. She's clearing out the rabble.
But what does clearing out mean?
Might be killing him, might be doing other stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna go with the Overlord regulates all trade. If you lack the proper permits, your goods are forfeit. A trade permit? I mean, to whom should I speak for such a thing?
Not us. Not our problem. Maybe march your butt to Bastard City and plead your case before Tunon. But we'll lighten your burden and relieve you of your wares first. That should make the long trek a bit more bearable.
Okay, do we want to...
Or do you want to lose minor favor if you want to talk with him on Tunon's behalf?
Let's try and... Let's just go with number... Well, no. Do we want to do number one?
No, let me look over the options.
Okay.
So...
Sorry, I already read them all.
Well, yeah, that's because you're insanely fast.
No.
I read with a voice in my head.
Okay. Yeah, because number one is the other one, which might loop us. The other one is, we take control and say, we can speak for Tunon.
Tunon? Oh, I want to see who Tunon is again.
Okay, Tunon is our...
The Adjudicator is the Archon of Justice, ruler of conquered realms, and arbiter of disputes, oldest of the Archons sent to conquer the tiers. Tunon speaks with Kairos' authority. His true appearance remains hidden behind an iron mask. The face of Judge... Oh, wait, that's the dude that, keeps traipsing around with the mask and the cloak. That's Tunon. That's not Kairos.
Yeah, Tunon is our boss. Specifically.
Tunon is an impartial, sober creature solely obsessed with justice and order. Well, I don't know if you'd necessarily want to say that you are on level with Tunon.
Well, can you finish the lore thing at the very least?
Sorry.
I know you get distracted.
Though he is assumed to be a powerful combatant, Tunon rarely strays from his throne room, entrusting his court of Fatebinders to act as his eyes and ears, as well as judges, juries, and executioners. Okay, so you technically do have his consent with things, sort of.
Okay. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning for 2 just because.
Okay.
I'm tempted to go with number 1. Just because it's probably going to loop us and maybe unlock some more options. Let's try this.
Wait. But that's just saying, you should be thankful that they haven't killed you or taken your stuff.
Okay. Well, let's do this. Anything to be argued before Tunon may be argued before me.
What's there to discuss? We should kill this mongrel end. The warrior pauses, placing her hand in front of her mouth. If the Fatebinder wishes to weigh on the matter, courtesy demands we listen. The soldier clears her throat, looking at you expectantly. This is a disfavored matter, but I know the agents of the court do so love to throw their judgments around.
Well, you could rob me. Now, and I have my supplies today. The merchant grabs for a flask from his cart. Or you can leave me alive and have fermented honey all year long. I even know a few family recipes for painkillers and healing draughts. Certainly any army will need those. He uncorks a small ceramic vial, and the aroma of cloves and lanolin assaults your nose.
So this is, making a contact with the supplier.
Oh, this one.
What a coincidence. Your family recipe for wound paste smells just like the Scarlet Fury's own concoction. Where'd you steal this? What?
Yeah, we're going with this one.
You know that he
he stole it. So, what a coincidence. Your family recipe for wound paste smells just like the Scarlet Fury's own concoction. Where'd you steal this? I don't... The merchant tenses up, his face flushing red. I don't know what you're getting at. Let's see.
So, roughing up, you were right, kill the liar, or... No, that's it.
Yep.
So do you want him to die, or do you want him to get roughed up?
Let's give him to the disfavored.
What?
This guy's useless. What? We're a bad guy. We're a dick. Sort of. He's a liar. He's unjust. He stole one of our recipes. I'm kind of aiming for the evil path here on this game, or at least the heavy hand of justice. Probably. So, you were right, kill this liar and share the proceeds with the Legion.
I suppose this is the ultimate copyright infringement, huh?
Yeah. No, please, I can explain.
How do you know a tearsman is lying? His lips are moving. The soldier nods to her comrades, and with a quick flash of iron, the merchant is gutted. Oh. Clean kill. Cleaner than he deserved, anyway. I would have done a better job of it. But I don't begrudge you from currying favor with the ironclads. So you gained some loyalty from verse, too.
Yep.
Let's pick through what's useful. If you find anything of merit, report it to the Iron Marshal. And Fatebinder, thanks for making the right call. Every time we show the locals a dram of civility, they spit on our good nature. Let us never fall to their treachery again.
Are they gonna animate killing him?
Or is he...
Oh yeah, there it is. Wish that it kind of happened in the background while he was talking instead of this like weird, awkward movie thing. All right, whatever. Oh, we're not leaving the camp. I kind of wanted to like skirt the outside and see if there are any goodies, but let's just go in. We gotta talk with these guys. Well, look at you. Our gatecrasher from the court is still in one piece. The guard pounds his chest plate in salute. Welcome to the disfavored camp. Always happy to have an honored ally. Pay us a visit. Let's see.
So...
Obviously, I'm just going to go with this one.
Oh, wait. Gain... Oh, yeah. Gain minor favor.
Yeah. But
okay.
also, like, it makes sense. So,
yep.
Graven Ash protects. That he does! The warrior nods in approval, then taps twice on the gate to signal your arrival. Be well, Fatebinder. Glory to Kairos! Okay, looks like we do.
I wonder if there's ever a situation with your comrades. Did you ever encounter this in other games where, unfortunately, to please one, you
piss off the other?
You
yes.
piss off one other?
That is 100% going to happen frequently in this playthrough. I can already guarantee it. Can I get into this crate? I guess I can. Oh! And we get subterfuge
Oh,
experience.
so you took that sneakily enough no one was looking at you at the time, or
no,
what?
we just unlocked it. Does that... Okay, so that's just experience for subterfuge, yes.
You're getting better dodge.
Or...
and other
no?
things.
What? Oh!
Oh, you have enough subterfuge to open those.
Wait, hold on. Did that just put my subterfuge up by... You did.
Yeah, it gave you 4 more points.
Wow. That's awesome. Okay, I was expecting that to be a little bit slower leveling.
What's that?
But I'm okay
I have
with it.
magnifying glass over there.
Magnifying glasses are things that we can inspect. So, card is bursting with fresh food and useful goods.
Carefully skinned game hangs from a branch. They appear
Sickly and malnourished. Yep.
Well, of course the critters in the land. The arrows are fletched with precision and care.
Sparring dummy shows the deep couches of hard use. Spears are uniform in their quality of craftsmanship.
Wait, you get to take a spear?
No, looks like a bronze tower shield. Usually with games like these, unless it's like a red box, we can open it up freely.
Hey, it looks like you have a blacksmith over there.
That I do.
Hey, you're still in subterfuge mode?
Yeah, I wanted to check something. I wonder if you get experience for like sneaking around. I don't think so. Anyway, I could probably talk to this guy.
Isotinus.
So Isotinus curses the air as a blade of thin iron breaks in half beneath his hammer. Repairing weapons with scrap isn't exactly what I've got. Why I got into this craft, but our supplies are spent. He wipes the sweat from his brow and gets a better look at you. Why not forge bronze?
'Cause bronze is subpar to iron.
Bronze will do in a pinch, don't get me wrong. It can take a beating and get bent back into shape, unlike the stubborn iron we have here. He glances at a pile of his work with dread. We always have plenty of tin and copper lying around, so supplies aren't the problem. It's a rare smith who can churn out military-grade bronze consistently. More often than not, it comes out soft. Look around camp. We're garbing the Legion head to toe in iron because it's cheaper and easier to produce for the masses. Couldn't do that with bronze.
Yeah, actually, I was watching a documentary on this, and the reason why you find so many Bronze Age weapons in like tombs and stuff is because bronze doesn't rust the way iron does.
Yep.
But and yeah, bronze could bend, and you could like bend it back into shape, but it didn't keep a sharp edge the way iron did.
Yeah.
It's just
It's a trade-off. Okay. And then steel came along, and then steel was pretty much awesome.
Yeah, steel.
Okay. They call the disfavored the Iron Legion for a reason. Strategy and skill may be our backbone, but our claws are made of iron. Good stuff that comes from the smiths in Legion's Crossing.
Wait,
Okay.
the Iron Legion?
Yeah, the disfavored are called the Iron Legion.
But where have I heard that before?
Don't know. I guess we can look it up. I'm thinking. I mean, it's probably like a game, another game or like a movie or something. I was surprised at how slow Steam's browser setup is. Okay, Iron Legion is
Oh.
oh yeah, of course. It's the Iron Man. When he brings out like all of his suits on
No,
AI
that's
mode.
not the one I'm thinking of though.
Oh, okay. Oh, Guild Wars 2.
Ah, haha, yeah.
Okay.
Because there were the different Char legions, right?
Yes. Yeah, the Iron Blood and Ash.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lethian's Crossing. Built in the shadow of an Old Walls Junction in the realm of Haven, Lethian's Crossing
Hey, I
is
thought I was supposed to read these. Never mind.
I'm taking it this time. Growing trading settlement. The nearby rivers are rich in iron ore, though the locals lack the technology to smelt and forge the element. In the years following Kairos' conquest of the Tiers, the population of Lethian's Crossing swelled with refugees fleeing the destruction of their homelands. The presence of the forge-bound mining the iron, along with the guards, makes this makeshift settlement a vital resource for Kairos' armies. You mentioned an iron shortage. I'm afraid so. Last shipment sent down the Mittani went missing near Ekokal Crossing. I'm afraid we won't be seeing any more now that the valley is sealed. Forge-bound iron is Tunan's responsibility. Why is this the first I'm hearing of it? Keep your voice down. Isatanus flinches and lowers his own. Graven Ash doesn't want to cause a panic or pass any information to the Vendrian Guard. Best case scenario, the iron tumbled off a boat and is rusting on a riverbed. Worst case, it ends up in enemy hands. If I find myself in Echo Call, I suppose I can keep an eye out. I appreciate that, as does the Great General. More than you might guess. Maybe he isn't quick to offer his thanks to outsiders, but I know he'll be grateful for your help. It'd be a boon to the war effort if our iron was recovered. Okay.
So you can trust me to handle this?
Yep. I knew that Tunon wouldn't have dispatched you without good reason. The court isn't exactly known for gambling when the stakes are high. He glances to a crate beside him and points to a small set of notches on the wood. You see that? That's how we tell apart our iron shipments from the rest. Inconspicuous, so people don't go snooping around. You want to keep your eye out for these. Good hunting.
So it just has a couple notches in the wood?
Yep. Okay, so it looks like talking to NPCs is kind of a important thing.
Well, it's how you get your side quests.
Yep.
So we saw Isotanus. No, there's Barrack.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk to
And
people.
Pentabor.
Yeah.
You can't make out the Ironclad's expression under his helmet. He merely stares at you.
Never mind then. Hail to you, guardian of the law. The man dressed in merchant finery greets you with a smile. If you have a few excess rings weighing you down, best unburden yourself before battle. You know that if the disfavored suffer a merchant in their camp, that must be a man selling only the finest provisions and armaments. He points to his collection of shields, rations, satchels, wineskins, and other sundries. Take a look and see if something interests you. Okay, I have none of these, so let's see your wares. Okay, so he just has random junk. Can I sell things? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, so we've got
just bronze. You probably won't be able to get iron swords until you bring back the shipment.
Yeah.
And healing potions, mead, water.
Yeah, I don't have much money.
Sigil of Frost.
Yeah,
but you
so
already
this
know
game
it.
has Yeah, I already know it. This game actually has a crafting system in it. A spell crafting system in it. Which is kind of neat. Okay, so I'm dirt poor, but I'm gonna grab one more camping supply. Because we're always gonna need those. And that's all I can afford.
Are you sure you can't talk with the other dude?
You mean her? Rona?
No, not Rona. But... Or maybe?
Yeah, it would be Rona. Nope.
No time for chatter.
Okay, there's...
To chitter? Chatter.
Yeah, chitter.
That's weird.
Yeah, no time to chitter. Alright, let's talk to Bitter Quip. Glory to the voices in Nerat. Projecting a salutation for all to hear, the grinning blood chanter wraps his staff against the ground as you approach. Fatebinder dude, I presume. His smile quickly retreats, giving way to a sour scowl. I am Bitter Quip. I am here as the emissary of the Scarlet Chorus. Bitter Quip looks at you impatiently. Not interested. Like, more lore is important, but at the same time, more lore is going to slow us down maybe a little bit too much.
There's Lucia and other people over at that other corner.
Okay, I can check that in a second. I just noticed this barrel was lootable.
You got free fruit. At the expense of someone else.
What's this? Stance. Seeking... Oh, seeking sheath. Extra accuracy. Right, I forgot she has stances. No. What are stances? She also has Red Geyser. Bonus damage to your next attack. No. And 3 Whispers. Dodge. I'll go with keep it on accuracy for the time being. Okay, so we got Lucia and the other person.
I am Lucia, and this is Marcus. The disfavored soldier points to the armored man next to her. And you must be the Fatebinder. From under her helmet, you hear an audible scoff. We have been assigned to babies...
Okay, Fatebinder.
Or, is that how... Babies?
Well, she's gonna say babysit, but we're interrupting her.
Okay. As one of Tunon's Fatebinders, you are traveling deputy of the law, authorized to be judge, jury, and executioner in Tunon's absence. You have authority over civilians and soldiers alike, though Tunon may freely destroy you should you misuse your power. Scarlet Chorus and disfavored soldiers are required to abide by your judgment, a fact that often offends those who feel they should only have to answer to the rules put forth by their Archon.
Assigned to your hospitality. Marcus quickly interjects. Well, you remain on disfavored ground. If you need a place to rest, we can make the necessary preparations. What can we do for you? Okay, so these...
So you just want to ask them about themselves?
Sure. Marcus, tell me about yourself. Not sure there's much to tell you. I trained at Fort Resolution. This is my first campaign. I'm proud to be with the Legion. I was wounded at the Gates of Judgment, but Graven Ash's protection mended me good. I owe my life to him.
Are you bragging that you let your guard down and took a spear to the gut? You really shouldn't boast about a filthy tearsman besting you in battle, Lucia rolls her eyes.
You're just bitter that Lord Ash never seems to notice you. In all seriousness, I would take that spear again if it brought honor to the disfavored. Kairos knows we could use it. We are the elite fighters of the Northern Army, but somehow we still lack the Overlord's confidence. He shakes his head and sighs. Alright, Lucia, tell me about yourself.
I do this. She unenthusiastically lifts up her heavy shield. And I do this. She mockingly stabs at the air with her spear. And then she shrugs. Playing host is not my strong suit. Ignore my sarcasm. I've seen the Legion through my share of the campaign. After so much bloodshed, our pretenses of honor can wear me down. She turns a cautious eye your way. The North is my home, and I consider each and every one of the ironclad bastards in this camp to be family. You won't find another army where each member of the phalanx is as beloved and cherished as the next.
Okay.
So you're just gonna...
Keep going, probably. Wow, it just keeps going, so you seem handy with a weapon, Lucia.
Insufficient reputation. I know a thing or two about spitting foes who are stupid enough to challenge me. What of it?
Easy, Lucia. We don't punish curiosity here. No need to fly off the handle on the base of a simple reflection. They train us well, Fatebinder, The Archon makes sure that our potential is realized before we reach battle, so most of us keep a cool head when we see any action. He looks at Lucia with a frown. Most of us, I said.
These two are cute.
Yep. So how have your skills fared in battle against the Oathbreakers, Marcus?
Insufficient reputation, so.
Wait, is this all a ruse? Did Tunon send you to test the army's training and grit? Because I won't stand for it.
Will you calm the F down? You tangled fishnet of nerves? This is after how many head wounds you took last week? Stop looking for enemies behind every shadow. I guarantee you'll be disappointed.
Let's see.
So there's training,
Yeah.
and then...
Let's try it. Marcus, I'd like some training. Okay, of course, Fatebinder. Marcus pounds his fist on his armor and salute. Okay, so we can be trained in skills for money. Interesting. Okay, let's try Lucia. Okay, I want to see what she can train us with. Specifically, dodge or athletics. Well, seeing as we're complete garbage at athletics.
Now you only have no coins to your name.
I have no coins to my name, but I am at least marginally better at athletics. Yeah. I'm gonna be trying to.
You want to climb up those walls.
I want to be able to climb those walls.
And
I want to
stop arguments.
Yeah. So the 3 skills, apart from like magic and stuff, which we gain via combat, the skills I'm going to be focusing on are athletics, subterfuge, and lore. Everything else, don't care. But the more dialogue stuff we can get, the better, for obvious reasons. Okay, so there's that. Where next? Do we keep going?
Yeah, go up and around.
We did. Like this is maxed. Where do we go next? There's pause, spell creation.
No. Go back up, follow them.
Can't.
Oh, there's no...
Yeah, if I can't move my map any further.
I thought that you were supposed to go to the hall.
Oh, Ash's tent is probably it. I just realized we've got some loot out here.
Oh, yeah, the merchant's...
39 subterfuge. Never mind.
Never mind.
Okay, yeah, so Graven Ash's tent is this one.
Ooh.
Yep.
Are we actually going to talk with Graven Ash?
Yes. We're here to deliver an edict to the Archons. So currently it's an even split of 1 yes and 1 no to bobbleheads. So we're probably just going to leave it off.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, alternatively, we'll just turn it on occasionally. Oops. Specifically right now.
Oh gosh. What, so we can see what they look like? Oh man. This is hilarious.
I do like the headedness, if only because like
you can see them.
Yeah, you can actually see the characters. Well, I guess we get it for this dialogue.
That's 4 reports of avalanches in the mountains now. The Tearsmen can barely count past 9. They have neither the capacity nor the cause to close off the mountain passes. Either way, that leaves the 2nd and 4th cohort trapped outside the valley.
The Archon of War pounds his staff on the ground to punctuate his words. A large and imposing man to begin with. His profile is made larger still by his hulking suit of armor that hums with mystic energy.
So large that it
Or
makes
it's
him
the
look
work
like a
of your
bobblehead.
perfidious Earthshakers. Only a fool would not suspect a traitorous Archon of poisoning the mind of his students with sedition. We would have killed the Earthshakers Guild for their master's treachery, but I'm sure you have some perfectly valid reason for allowing them to live as your pawns.
The Archon of Secrets passes a scepter between his hands as he speaks, twirling the rod in hypnotic circles. Emerald luminescence seeps from the seams of the Archon's ragged red robes. The glow is most noticeable where his neck ought to be. His mask seems to float and spin, never pivoting or bending naturally.
So, are the Archons just imbued with, like, awesome magic? Yeah, you hear the voices in your head. Well, hello there, Fatebinder. We'll be with you in just a moment.
Hey, watch yourself. When these two get going, you don't want to get between them.
Let's remain silent.
I always know you've run out of things to say when you resort to mocking my vassals. If we are to speak of treachery, why is it that my scouts see the Scarlet Chorus warriors defecting back to the Vendrian Guard? Your fearsome reputation has gone flaccid, for it seems you cannot control your soldiers, or perhaps you simply choose not to.
Your reputation has gone flaccid. What's that face?
I don't know. Okay.
So, is this a
Iron
male
Marshal.
marshal, lady marshal?
Looks kind of feminine.
Okay. My lords, the Fatebinder has arrived. The disfavored commander
her voice.
raises her voice, trying with a little success to speak over the Archons. Perhaps we could table this discussion and let our guests speak?
Speaking of strategic failures, who was it that insisted the valley would need only a token garrison? For some strange reason, we can't seem to recall which balding halfwit grossly underestimated the enemy. Thoughts?
The Archon of Secrets twirls his scepter in a twisting loop. His leather-wrapped hands flipping the heavy rod with an effortless flow.
So what is it saying to you now?
Let's see.
Okay, you can hear the voices in your head. Can you hear us, Fatebinder? Cough if we have your attention. Wait, so are you gonna cough? Yeah. Cough audibly.
Let's cough audibly.
And I thought you had left agents within these Tearsmen when they surrendered. Either you failed to see this coming, or you knew and let it happen. Incompetent or in cahoots, either way, this mess has your filthy stink all over it.
The Archon of War lurches forward, resting his weight on his war maul as blue luminescence crackles around his armor.
We look forward to seeing you explain to Tunon why the Archon of War could not close the vice on this trivial little insurgency. When we are crowned the ruler of the Tears, we shall have this place renamed to Ash's Folly in your honor.
The voices in Narat tosses his scepter into the air, catching it as it descends back down.
You hear the voices in your head. Good, good. Now pay attention. You might miss something.
Remain silent.
If I could trust the information I get from you and your conscripted mouth breathers, perhaps I'd order my cohorts around a bit more aggressively. But last time I trusted your all-clear report, my troops failed to come home.
Oh, Ash, old boy. If you're going to have a little sob every time one of your nieces or nephews dies to the Tearsmen, perhaps we should have Siren sing you some calming lullabies to help you cope with your grief.
Siren was the singer,
Yeah.
the Archon of Song, and the youngest Archon sent to conquer the Tears. Young and inexperienced, Siren is
Siren.
Siren is sworn to the voices of Narat, who uses her powers of charm and manipulation to swell the ranks of the Scarlet Chorus with volunteers, quote unquote.
Okay.
So you hear the voices in your head. Take care that you don't learn too much, Fatebinder. An excess of knowledge, of curiosity even, can earn unwanted attention. Hold your tongue! I will not have you denigrate the honor of our fallen brethren. The commander's hand moves to the hilt of her blade, though the weapon stays sheathed. I'd be doing us all a favor if I cracked open that excuse of a head. Well, forehead. The fifth eye? Who is that?
Yeah,
Yeah, you have a tenor.
Probably. Okay.
Tenor voice.
Okay. They bicker like children, do they not? The fifth eye's grating tenor pierces the tension in the tent, and all eyes land on the Crimson Spirit. I only meant to say welcome. Welcome to our guest, the Fatebinder. The armored retainer bows with rushed inelegance, then rises to a suit. And not a moment too soon.
Did I give you permission to speak?
The Archon of War turns to you, his blue eyes wide with anger. The many portraits you've seen depict Graven Ash with stern, unamused countenance. He is even more taciturn in the flesh.
Okay, so it looks like we've already lost the potential to curry favor with the voices in a rot. Glare silently. I'm leaning towards that one.
Wait. Gain with verse?
Yeah.
Main. Okay.
Minor favor with Graven Ass, lose minor favor with the voices in a rot, or just glare at them. Let's do that.
Ah, the fire starter has arrived. Welcome, welcome. Our agents tell us such lovely stories of what you did at the Vellum Citadel. Have you come bearing another fragment of Kairos' wrath in tow?
So apparently that also got us some favor with the voices in Nerat and the
Scarlet Chorus.
Yeah, I'll take it. Okay, so we know about the fire starter. I think I already read this.
It was
one,
your
right?
conquest decision to burn the library. You're given the honor of proclaiming the Edict of Fire, and to those present, you are often known as the Fire Starter. So you have Fire Starter, Fatebinder, and
Peacebringer. Yes.
Okay. Though your orders left it vague as to when you should proclaim the edict, you chose to give the sages a few hours' warning. The Scarlet Chorus soldiers seemed fine with your decision, claiming they had spies among the sages who deserved escape, but the disfavored viewed the decision more coldly and considered it coddling the enemy.
Okay, and let's keep going.
My soldiers tell me you helped Commander Drotus on your way through Edring. You honor the court with your selfless cooperation. For that is the sort of camaraderie that Kairos demands of us all.
On his last words, the Archon of War glares at the voices in Nerat. Furrowing his brows, he utters the word camaraderie. Okay. Let's see.
Okay, so...
Gain minor favor with Graven Ash. No thanks. Let's see.
So you can just say that you come bearing an edict.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm not going to game the favor right now, because I like to curry both-ish. I'm a brown noser. I'll admit it. Anyway, I come bearing an edict of Kairos.
It seemed only yesterday you were proving your worth in battle, assisting my warriors in the siege of the bastard city. Now Kairos has chosen you for a second time to proclaim an edict. Tell us, good Fatebinder, what sort of punishment does the Overlord have in store for the Oathbreakers?
Okay, so...
Okay, we got some things. Only yesterday is this one bastard city.
Now the site of Tunon's court and in the tiers was taken in the first year of conquest in a concerted effort between the disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus. The first and the last battle wherein the two armies acted in relative harmony. When it came time to strike at the city, you accompanied the disfavored into battle, and though the Legion is normally loath to accept guests into its ranks, you distinguish yourself and won the respect of many in their Legion.
Okay. So
you can tell them the absolute truth, which is the Overlord's lawyer's servants must hold Ascension Hall by Kairos' Day of Swords, or all in the valley shall perish. It seems you need some encouraging to work together. Kairos' edict will end the lives of everyone in this valley unless Ascension Hall is claimed by Kairos' Day of Swords. So you gain minor favor and minor wrath. In honor of your incompetence and disarray, the edict will execute every living thing in the valley unless Ascension Hall is taken by Kairos' Day of Swords. You gain average wrath and you gain favor, and you get minor loyalty with verse for the last one.
I'm just leaving for telling it straight.
Telling it straight?
Yeah.
So you're not going to tinge it with any kind of
Nah. We'll get plenty
malice.
of verse loyalty by doing other things and whatever. Anyway, the Overlord's loyal servants must hold Ascension Hall by Kairos' Day of Swords, or all in the valley shall perish.
The earth sways with each word you utter, the air thickening with warmth as you pronounce the tersely phrased commandment. It's every syllable drafted by the hand of Kairos. With the edict proclaimed, your pulse quickens, and the muscles in your legs, worn from the long trip down the mountains, feel renewed, the tired limbs now nearly buoyant with vigor. Whoa! Their bobbleheadiness
The
looks
Overlord
interesting.
means to compel us into action. No doubt the avalanches in the mountains are part of this ultimatum. We must conquer the Oathbreakers or die in failure. There is no room for error, and no other way out of this valley
I like
alive.
the music.
We'll need to advance across the Matani. We lose everything if we stand still. And we move to backup Plan Green. The Earthshakers didn't make it over the mountain in time. So we do this the hard way. Over the walls instead of through.
The Archon of War taps a finger against his temple. A low rumble escapes from under his beard.
So you found your backbone at last! Oh, we were worried past humiliations would make you soft, timid. That was a record for you, right? A baker's dozen lost in one sortie. If you had waited for the chorus reinforcements, maybe we'd have eyes and ears on the matter.
This guy sounds a lot like the Joker.
Yeah, he does. I'd like to look up the voice acting credits for this, because either they did actually get
Mark Hamill or someone else.
I wouldn't be surprised. Obsidian gets some pretty big voice actors.
Can we see?
Here, let's look it up. I think it's usually an
Internet Movie Database. Yeah,
Yeah.
they've been doing games lately.
No luck.
No,
Okay.
it's too new a game.
Yeah. Let's check Tyranny game voice actors and see if we get a credit here. Because...
Yeah, Tyranny video game. Usually Wikipedia has some...
Yeah. If not, we'll find out pretty fast. Let's see, reception. Nope, doesn't look like it. I mean, it came out yesterday, so we'll have to wait. I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't know. Anyway, so we've got...
Okay, so you can say bicker all you wish. We're just wasting time. Are you too daft? It's your indecision and bickering that necessitated this edict. So you gain favor with the voices of Narat, and you lose favor with Ash. Learn to work together or we're doomed. Gain favor with Ash. Lose favor with Narat. Remain silent. Or subterfuge. They'll call you the Archon of Secrets, but you certainly don't seem to know anything remotely useful. You gain average wrath from Narat, and you gain minor favor from Ash and fear from Verse. So the last one's eh.
Yeah, okay, so the one thing is...
Oh, he does the scepter thing.
Yeah.
You hear the voices in your head. Watch him squirm. So many tears over replaceable, expendable, useless soldiers. Oh, so was tears. I miss the old Archon of War. You'd never see blood echo in a... is it really blood echo?
Yep.
In a blubbering mess over a few dead killers. He'd use the knuckle of bones of his best disciples for jewelry and even make a breastplate out of his dead brother's rib cage. Because that's how a real man deals with grief. Ew!
Let's remain silent.
Oops, sorry.
You make it sound like you've been putting even the slightest effort into getting a foothold across the Matani, when all you've done is set your gangs to uncoordinated raids. You're the Archon of Secrets. Why is it you still don't know the enemy's full strength and capabilities? Maybe you know, and choose not to share.
Look, if you're afraid to send more troops against the Oathbreakers, just admit that you're a coward and allow us to take charge of the situation. The Scarlet Chorus will be happy to prove it can do what the disfavored cannot.
Okay, it doesn't look like any of my choices have changed, therefore remain silent.
I tire of your incessant heckling. The disfavored have shouldered the brunt of this war, and I will not have you mock our sacrifices.
Okay, the Iron Marshal Erenvos? Is that how it is? It's a Y?
Yeah, that's a Y.
Oh,
E-R-E-N-Y-O-S.
the text is just really dark.
Yeah, dark purple on black is hard to read.
My lord, Beric and his band have been drilled on the Echo Call assault plan. The Crescent Runners should be briefing him as we speak regarding the latest enemy movements along the river. I will dispatch him at once. The Iron Marshal salutes, clapping her gauntlet to her breastplate.
I'm going to move the monitor back a little bit. Moved it over so she could read better, but the glare...
Yep. The fifth eye.
And I will ensure the chorus stands ready to march if the disfavored can take the river. The chorus has the manpower to secure the outer ring of the valley.
Our soldiers clamor for battle, and at last we shall have it. Verse, we command you to continue guarding the Fatebinder. Tunan's Chosen is our honored guest, and must be shown our finest hospitality.
I won't let you down, boss. He'll get through the campaign in one piece, as long as he doesn't do anything too stupid.
And, Fatebinder, one last thing. We still haven't forgotten how you handed over our agents to the disfavored just before the burning library sparked into being. We would be a fool to believe that Tunon sent us an impartial Fatebinder, but... prove us wrong. Prove us wrong.
So these are my past choices coming back to bite me. The Archon twirls his scepter one last time, then taps the fifth eye on his shoulder. And the two depart.
Okay, you hear voices in your head. Suit yourself, Fatebinder. The more you ignore us.
I think I'm going to turn big head mode off just because the textures are
The
garbage.
fool and his puppet are gone. Perhaps now I can hear myself think. Rarely do I question Kairos' judgment, but I will never understand why the voices of Narot is given such authority. I shudder to think what will become of us all should Tunon favor him in the end. Though the edict threatens the Scarlet Chorus just as it threatens us, I cannot shake the feeling that our allies will work against us.
For some reason, I'm given the impression that you're gonna either...
We get a choice. We definitely get a choice later on.
Yeah, you're gonna have to choose one or the other. Because the problem is, if you keep remaining impartial, one's gonna start... Well, one or both are gonna start getting pissed at you.
Yeah, you might be able to balance it, but
You've shown your worth in war, and your name has been known to the Legion since the very beginning of this long conquest. So I'd ask that you join us this one last time, to help us wrap up this last objective. If you wish to be counted amongst the glorious, speak with the Iron Marshal. She will direct the order of battle until we are ready for the final push into the Citadel.
Okay. Iron Marshal Renyos. I'm short a few scouts, short a few soldiers, short a few everything. I'm sure my brethren would be grateful for the assistance of a skilled outsider.
I would be honored to help.
The Iron Marshal salutes Graven Ash, then turns to leave the tent. I'll be at the training grounds, readying the soldiers. Find me there when you are ready. She pauses, clearing her throat. And, though I'm loath to mention it, the chorus can likely use your assistance. They certainly won't secure the Outer Valley on their own. Fifth Eye will be somewhere in that rat's nest they call a camp, due east. Seek him out, if you must.
Okay, so I'm looking at episode 2, and we've got 3 votes for, 1 vote no. So it looks like Big Head mode is winning. It's a little bit low quality, which kind of sucks. Is there a way of like boosting up the textures on the big heads? Because that'd be nice. I can boost up anti-aliasing. Looks like that's kind of it. Anyway, you have delivered word of Kairos's Day of Swords. Appears next to the current date on the navigation bar. The terms of Kairos's edict must be met by this date, or everyone in Vendrian's well will die.
So this is probably the big time limit.
Yeah, this is our time limit. Okay.
I think. You need 30 subterfuge.
I got
it. You're just stealing his stuff.
Yep. Okay, so my subterfuge is up to 37. I might actually be able to get this shit. Alright, let's talk to him. Okay. The Archon of War lets out a long sigh as he surveys the maps and models displayed out on his desk. He glances over his shoulder, making brief eye contact with you, furrows his brow, and turns back to his contemplation. This is the first time you proclaimed an edict.
No,
the first time you proclaimed an edict, you gave the enemy a suspicious amount of time to ready themselves. I chalk it up to excessive mercy for a backwards people. But when the edict is against our kin, that order you followed to the letter. Bow to the Archon. May we speak for a moment? I tire of all this endless prattle. I am the Archon of War, and the Overlord has decreed battle. If you wish to help, go speak to my soldiers. Return when you have done something useful. The Archon of War pounds the haft of his maul against the ground. Okay.
Yep.